Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat is on back order. Oh, Lysandre's trump card. How you've saved me from so many Night March decks, or at least delayed the inevitable, over these past many years. Well, not anymore, because according to Pokemon International, effective as of June 15th, Lysandre's trump card is being banned from all official tournaments at sanctioned play Pokemon events. And the reason is, they say, I've got little notes to the side here, so if I'm reading cue cards, that's why. It creates an undesirable play environment for 4 reasons. One is that it eliminates one of your opponent's win conditions, which is for you to draw the last card of your deck, because by using Lysandre's trump card, you bring all your discards back into your deck. And reason number 2, it allows the repeated use of powerful trainer cards, things such as Computer Search, Ultra Balls, like any powerful trainer card, essentially. And it allows drawing through your deck quickly with minimal repercussions, because there are some really powerful tournament decks out there that will, essentially, you can discard half of your deck on your first turn just to get the cards you need, and in a normal game, if this wasn't included, that would leave you at a bad disadvantage because you've only got maybe half your cards left. Lysandre's trump card would bring them back for you. And it extends the time of battles. Now this one, what I wanted to do for this week's video was to do a review of the matches that were broadcast from the Madison, Wisconsin Regional Championships, that took place over the weekend, broadcast over on Pokemon's channel on Twitch TV. But my internet's been really bad lately, and I was not able to see most of it, and on top of that, I was actually working over the weekend, so I had minimal time to watch anyway. So what I might try and do, if my internet kind of kicks in, I'll see if I can do like a review for like later in the week. But what I did manage to watch through all the buffering was the championship match in the Masters Division of the trading card game, and the first match took about 34 minutes, I think, because the one of the players, Jason Klasinski, I think it is, he was playing a Seismitoad EX deck against a Virizion EX deck, which is, bad type advantage-wise, and he would have lost early on, but he played the Lysandre's trump card, and that just kind of extended the match. He still lost in the end, spoilers, but it just made the match a little bit longer. And even though the video kept buffering, I jumped ahead about an hour and a half or so, I think it was, and they were still playing their 3 matches. So it really extended the length of the match. Now, I can understand that. I can understand the reasoning behind taking the card out, and I'm not saying it's like a bad decision or anything. All I'm saying is, this is kind of scary, because, as I said at the start of the video, this is, I think, probably one of the only true counters to a Night March deck. Now, Night March, if you don't know, is an attack that only 3 Pokemon have from the Phantom Forces set, which says it does 20 damage times the amount of Pokemon in your discard pile that have Night March. So a Night March deck focuses on discarding Pokemon and, just Pokemon from your hand, using Battle Compressors to discard 3 cards from your deck, which would be, the Pokemon with Night March, and having something like Joltik on your bench, and having a Mew EX from Legendary Treasures active. So Mew EX would let you use the attack of any Pokemon in play, including your bench Joltik with Night March, and for just a double colorless energy, you could be doing 20 damage times the amount of discarded Night March Pokemon. So a trump card lets both you and your opponent shuffle your discard pile into your decks. So if your opponent has like 8 Night March Pokemon discarded, that's 160 damage. There's minimal ways to deal with that, but this is one of the more reliable ones. So I'm a little worried about that, because as of June 15th, these are no longer legal in tournament competition decks. And in Japan, actually, it's going to be banned on the 20th, so they get 5 extra days to try it out. Now, the only other thing I can think of is a lot of these Night March decks will use Mew EX and a double colorless energy to be able to attack immediately, because Joltik only takes 2 colorless energy to use Night March. Aegis Slash from Phantom Forces, I think it is, has an ability that prevents damage done to it by any of your opponent's Pokemon with special energy attached. That currently is probably the only other way I can think of to deal with Night March. So I wonder if banning Lysandre's trump card is going to lead to more Night March decks in competition, because I was able to see some of the matches over the weekend. I didn't see any night marches, but I'm not saying that there wasn't any, I just wasn't able to see everything. So it's going to be interesting to see how this affects the game, because it's been a very useful card, but unfortunately, as of midway through the month, June 15th, it is going by the wayside. So long, Lysandre's trump card. We hardly knew ye. So anyway, sorry for this being a much shorter video than usual. I don't have much new things to show you for the trading card game, and what I would like to do is start doing some video footage of the video games too. Now I'll admit I'm a little behind in that as well, because I don't yet have Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. I want to get it, because one of the things I'm most focused on in the video games is obtaining ribbons. And what I might do, maybe for next week's video, as long as you're okay with video footage that looks like this.
Go Pikachu! Use Body Slam!
Or maybe more like this. What I can probably do is show you a little video showing all of my Pokemon and the ribbons that I've obtained and which games I got them from. Because something I really liked about, something I didn't like, first of all, about the first two generations, red, blue, yellow, and then gold, silver, and crystal, was that although they could connect with each other, as soon as the Game Boy Advance games came out of Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, you were not able to upload from the Game Boy games to the Game Boy Advance, so everything had to be started fresh. However, thanks to all the interconnectivity of the Nintendo DS and now 3DS, anything that you have in the Game Boy Advance games, you have been able to upload all the way through to the current games. So, one of the things that I started doing was taking all of my main teams from each game and getting all the ribbons I could from every game along the way, including the ones on the GameCube. And just because the ribbons that they obtain stay with them throughout all the generations. So it's kind of neat to be able to look at your Pokemon and just see, oh, they got ribbons from Hoenn and Sinnoh and Orr and all these different, regions and stuff. So I might just do a little video showing that, as long as you guys think the video quality would be okay. I would like to someday get a 3DS capture card, but I've looked into it, and it's a little on the pricey side for me right now. But we'll see what I can do in the future there. Alright, so again, so long Lysandre's trump card. This is actually interesting, because I've started really collecting the cards from the base X and Y set, which was 6 sets ago. This is the first card in those sets that has been banned that I'm aware of, and the first one I'm actually personally dealing with. So although it doesn't affect my deck too much, I kind of put it in just for the novelty of oh, I've used a bunch of cards. Oh, I gotta get them back now. There are some decks that really would focus on using Lysandre's trump card. So some players out there are going to have a bit of a change to adapt to. And what I think will be interesting is if anyone wins any tournaments up until the 15th, and if this is part of their deck, they're going to have to rethink their strategy, take this card out and put something else in place of it, and that could really change their effectiveness in the tournaments. So, alright, thanks for watching this video here, and if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see in the future videos, leave me a comment down below there, and until then, I'll catch you next time.